Hi all. So today we'll discuss on Python. And Python, we are first topic we are taking variables. First topics we are taking variable. Okay. So what is variable? Let's see. Directly jump to the code. You can understand what is variable, what are the types of variable, what are the local variables, global variables, right? So with the help of code only we can understand. Okay. So let me take one new text file. Okay. So I'm giving 1 equal to 1. Second second variable I'm taking 2. Okay. 3 equal to 3. If I wanted to print 1, print 2, print 3, I can get it right. So let's save this file. If you wanted to run, it will ask for a save. So I'm giving first program. Okay. And so where is my first program? Okay. So let me open the file, first program. Okay. Now delete this and run it. Oh, sorry. Here I'm getting issue. Great. Okay. Plus. Now I'll delete this. So now I'm getting the value print 1, 2, 3. These are the variables, right? And so variable I'm assigning. So storing the value, right? So variable we are giving and we're defining their values. Okay. They are giving that. So now let's talk one more thing. Now, if I wanted to talk something like now, so suppose I'm trying to define 2 equal to 4. Sorry, 2 equal to, I'm assigning values 4. Now I'm trying to print 2. Okay, and let's comment it out. Now, if I run and control as, what will happen is it will run 4. So what we are doing, we are updating the variables. Okay, so we are storing a new value. Okay, so there is no 2 is equal to 2. Now we are storing a new value, that is print. So it is taking that a print 2 is a 4. Okay. Now, so we are modifying the variables. Okay. Now, if I take our decimals, decimal equal to decimal equal to 1.5. Print decimal. Okay. Okay. Now, if I run this, control S and run this, get an output is 1.5. Okay. This is a decimal. We can call as a float also. Okay. Now we are taking some string value. So a string var equal to, I am giving hello. Now I'm trying to print a string var. Here I'm a string var. What will be the output? Output will be hello, right? So I'm getting the hello. Hello. Now what will happen if I add with +1? That works here will be. Now you see, if I'm adding 1 and print a string var, just a minute. Okay. That works. If that should fail, that's not work, right? Now let's save this and run this code. Now it should fail because we cannot concatenate, okay, a string with integers. Okay, this is a string, okay, and this value is integer, so we cannot concatenate. So for concatenation, what we need to do is, earlier that program was not saved. I should put it as an integer. Now, if you see, if I control, let's save this code, if I run it, now you can see hello. So concatenation is happening. So that you understood, right? Concatenation. So that is called concatenation. Okay. So now there's two types of, now we have types of variable, right? We have integer, we have decimal, yeah, float you used to call, yeah, string we have, right? So these are the types of variable we have, okay? But there are different types of variable. One is global variable, one is local variable, second is local variable, right? One is global variable and second is local variable. So whatever the value that we have defined, right? This value is called global value, global variable, right? We have defined one variable, right? So here you can, so now how we can define the local variable? So local variable we need to define under the function, right? So what we need to do, I'm defining one function. So general structure of the function is def function name, bracket, you can give some input over here. Here we should have action. Then we need to define a variable where new var equal to world. Yes, you need to define and you need to return output. So this is the definition, that general structure of that function, right? And we are defining here. So this value is called, this variable is called local variable. So let's define in that code. So what I'm doing is I'm doing def function name, okay. I'm giving new var equal to Bangalore. Okay. Once you have a new var, then I'm printing new var. Okay. So now if I run this code, sorry, did not save properly. Oh, just a minute. Let me take it out this one. Okay. Control X and put it here. Okay. Oh, yeah. And we have the first program, right? So Control S, run it. Nothing. Anywhere. Return. Okay. Def function name new var is equal to number. Okay. And print new var. Okay. Now just try function. Okay. Now we are getting Bangalore. Okay. Now if I'll do again print new var, maybe we are getting syntax error, right? If I'll run this, so we are getting error. So this is the value that we have defined, right? This is the local variable. So we cannot uh, access this local variable from outside the function. Okay, so we cannot access it. Okay, that is the reason here we are getting an error. Now, suppose here we have defined 1 equal to 1. Okay, and here also we can use global one. Okay, so this variable is called global variables. Now we can define, even if you don't define also directly if you give, and now if I'm trying to access inside print one, it should work. It will work. Why? Because this is a global variable. See, it is one and back. So we can access, right? So that is how global variable and local variable is to define, right? Now, so another way to define a variable, like we are defining like earlier how it was. We'll go to this where it was the code. We had this code, right? Control C, first program, Control V. Now, so another way to define, we are defining 1 equal to 2, 2 is equal to 2, 3 is equal to 3, right? So instead of that, we can define something like 1, comma, 2, comma, 3 equal to 1, comma, 1, comma, 2, comma, 3. Now also if I do print 1, print 2, print 3, it will work. See, Control S, and I'll save this. Now see, it's working. Right. So that also we can another way to define the variables. Okay. Now, some another way, one more way to define a variables. Now, another way is, suppose what I'm trying to do is, now we are defining cont equal to 0. Okay. Now if I'll do print cont, so 0, right? I'll run this, just delete this, and if I'll run, it is showing 0. Now I can do cont equal to cont cont plus 1, right? Now I can do print cont count. Now what will happen? It should give. Now I should give. So here count is equal to 0, so 0 plus 1, the count is equal to 1. Right? Now again, now count is equal to count plus count equal to, again I will do count plus 1. Fine. Print count. So what will happen? Now if I run this, so count equal to count plus 1, so 1, count 1, 1 plus 1, print count 2. Okay. So instead of defining count equal to count plus 1, we can define in that way also. Something like that. So count equal to plus 1. Now if you save it, this also works, right? Sorry. Plus equal. Okay. Now save it. Now it should show 2. That is why. So same way here also we can do. So what we can do is something like this. If it is a multiplication, divisions, multiplications, and then so what we can do is we can write count equal to count plus equal to 1. Same way, if it is a multiplication, a star equal, you can use. If it's a division, then you can give division equal something, right? So here you can take count, yeah, 2, 3, whatever you want, you can put it, right? So that way also you can do it, right? So this is the way you can define a variable. So now suppose I'm giving. Now here we are defining, right? Print 1 is equal to 1. If I'll do print 1, something like this. Will that work? It will work. If I'll save it, it will not work. It will fail. Sorry, it is failing. Just a minute. It's a very big, that is the region. So let's type. Okay. So we cannot define here. Okay. So here, so left value. So what will happen is, if you define, right, what will happen is, okay, okay, so left side, what you are giving the value to, okay, so what you are giving, and the right side, what is the value is, okay, the right side, what is the value is, and left side, what you are giving value to, okay, so that way you can define the variables, okay. And the types of variables we have, one we have a local variable, one we have a global variable, okay. So this is the way you can define the variables, okay. So that's it for this lecture, and tomorrow we'll see another topics, okay. So daily, everyday one topics. Thank you.